All right, I got an update for you guys. So, last weekend, had some buddies come over and they were helping me put this engine together. So, Saturday it was a bare block, and by the end of it, we got everything on it put together here. So, um, that went pretty smoothly. Had to get some gaskets and stuff, and I finished it up, the other day, but the meat and potatoes of it were finished. So that's pretty cool. Getting ready to drop it back into the car. One thing I'm doing right now is it still has these factory motor mounts in it. So when the 383 was originally in there, when you'd stomp it down from a stop, that engine would torque up, and the transmission, you could hear it smack the tunnel of the car. So my plan here is I got some solid motor mounts here, and I want to put these solid motor mounts in the car so that way it's a much more rigid setup and that don't happen anymore. These motor mounts I bought, you can see there, it's mounted to it, whereas this bracket here was the original one. What I didn't realize when I bought it is that this bracket is actually, the center of the hole to the back of the bracket is actually about 9/16 more shallow. So what I did is I went ahead and just made these bushings here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put them behind the plate just to space that out, because if I don't have that, then that oil pan's going to hit the cross member of the car, and that's just not going to work at all. So my plan is to get that on there and get these motor mounts out. And I don't know if you're not familiar with the motor mounts on these F bodies. They're a pain because that K member is basically hollow, and the nuts on the back side, they don't have a tab or anything holding them. So the bolt on this side, if you just hit it with an impact, which is what I did, it'll just free spin and that thing won't come out at all. I've seen a video where you're supposed to take apart the whole front of the, or basically take the tires off the car and take the lower control arms off, which looks like it would be a complete pain. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to take a grinder and grind the head of these bolts off and pop out the old motor mounts, and then I might be able to fish new bolts up into it with like a magnet or something. If not, I might even possibly just weld the new solid motor mounts to the K member. I mean, it would be a solid mount either way, and I don't see them coming back out, so I don't see why that would be a problem. And it would be a lot quicker than, screwing with the bolts the whole time, trying to make that work. So that's the plan for right now. I'm hoping once I get all that done, I got a tiny bit of more stuff to do to the engine. I'm going to hook the transmission up to it, get it set down into the car, and then I'm hoping to actually at least have this engine and trans sitting in the car by this weekend. I'm hoping to get a couple buddies over here and help me drop the engine in, because that just makes things go 10 times faster. Pretty much everything's set up and we just got to do the work now. So I got the new pistons in there. I bumped the dish on the pistons to a 17.8 cc dish. So I wanted to lower that compression just a little bit, so that way I don't run into the problem I did before where I broke ring lands, which I think was mainly just due to bad fuel and timing, too much timing. So the plan is with a little bit lower compression, I should be around 10-to-1 compression, where before I think I was close to 11-to-1 compression. And then I may even end up just locking the timing out on the distributor. So it's an HEI distributor. I figure if I unplug it, I might just lock it around 25 degrees timing or something, depending where it likes it. And then hopefully it would live happier there, because right now I'm just running vortec iron heads. It's got a pretty small combustion chamber on it. That coupled with the iron head, I don't know that it's really liking too much timing compared to if it was like an aluminum head. So that's my thought process so far. Once I get the thing in there and running, it's mainly just going to be trial and error from there. Alright, so I got an update for you on the Trans Am. I was working on it yesterday and just getting everything ready to drop it into the car. So far I got everything's put together on the engine, and then I went ahead and found top dead center on it and marked that on the timing cover. That way when I do get the engine fired up, I'm able to just use the timing light and set the timing where I want to on it. So that was pretty cool to get set up. And then I also went ahead, I hooked up the transmission to it and got the flex plate bolted up, and I got my motor mounts in, which wasn't too terrible. So it was a rubber motor mount, and now I went to the solid motor mount because to help it when that engine torques up, so it don't keep hitting the tunnel of the transmission. So yep, got that welded in, got the engine on, and then I went ahead and I set the engine and trans in the car. I got one motor mount in, the other one I actually had to leave before I could get it finished, but my other motor mount looked like it was going to have a little trouble lining up, so that's going to be interesting to figure out how to get that lined up. But right now it's Friday night. I'm gonna go look at my buddy's Mustang, see if I can figure out the fuel pressure issue that we're having on it. It's a turbo car, so that's pretty critical that we have fuel pressure for it so it don't lean out. But then tomorrow, Saturday, the plan is to I want to get up and work on that Trans Am some more. I should be able to get that engine all bolted in and start hooking everything up. If I have enough time, I might even get one of my buddies over there to help me with it. But an ideal day tomorrow would be to get that thing fired back up. It blew up, you know, Memorial Day, whenever that was, 2 weeks ago or so. So if I can get that thing running tomorrow, I'll be really happy. We'll see how that goes. I'm not too sure. It really depends how this motor mount goes for me. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to modify some stuff to get that thing to work. But fingers crossed that's not the case and it all goes smoothly, you know, like everything does with cars, right? So just wanted to update you guys on that thing, and a little bit about that Mustang. That Mustang's a pretty interesting story. We took it out, tuning it, and we're thinking either that we replaced the fuel filter on it, and the fuel filter's good as far as the pressure goes. We're going to test the electric on it, because right now it's powered through the factory Mustang module, where because it was originally a deadhead system, and the way they vary that fuel pressure is by voltage going to the pump. Now we have it converted over to a return style, so that's not the case anymore. So I think we're just going to try and hardwire straight 12 volts to it and see if it's still losing pressure under boost. If it is, then we're going to have to drop the tank, pull the sending unit, and see what's going on in there. So that's the plan with that. Wanted to give you guys an update for the weekend, and yeah, if I get this thing running, that'll be in the next video, and I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think.